Hello, my name is Steve Boucher. Welcome to this segment of World Journalism. With the exception of prohibition, the alcohol industry has been extremely profitable. Today we will be speaking with a guest who works in that industry. He is the founder and CEO of Laszlo Corporation brand of Menroth wines. I would like to introduce you, our audience, to Les Suhayda. Hello Les, how are you doing today?
Hello Steve, doing well.
Thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome.
So, tell us, how did Laszlo Corporation start and how far have you come as a company?
We started after September 11th. We incorporated and started a process of importing foreign wines, and our target was Hungary. So we import from 3 different award-winning wineries in Hungary, Polgár Pince, Sedemley Estates, and Caesar Winery. And in 2006, we accidentally discovered a phenomenon, a brand new product that was discovered here in St. Louis, which is our Menroth wine slushies. And we've successfully placed those at Busch Stadium in 2 locations, the Dugout Concession Stand, the Redbird Club, and we also have it at Verizon Wireless Amphitheater in the VIP section, and a list of restaurants and also wineries around St. Louis metropolitan area, and including Illinois. We have Villa Marie Winery, we have Cedar Lake Cellars in Wright City. We just signed up Twin Oaks Winery in Farmington, and Cottleville Wine Cellar, and a list of restaurants as well. So it's exciting, a new product, and the public is really supporting it. And we have to credit the public for our improvements and our successes, because they were the ones that kind of led us down this path through the Working Women's Survival Show that we do every February. And the ladies just line up, and there's lines going through the wine tasting room, and it's all in front of our booth. It's really nice to see, and their feedback is outstanding. And we followed that process, listened to the audience and the fans out there, what they wanted at the ballpark and so on, and we provided that. And I want to kind of plug small business, because small business is on the cutting edge. They're always looking for new and exciting opportunities and products for the public, as opposed to some of the major distributors that already have their customer base. So small business does a good job, and we're proud to be among them.
Right. Sounds very exciting. Bet you're very popular with that crowd. And so tell me a little bit more about the customers. So how many customers are you servicing?
Currently, we're servicing 15 primaries, and we just picked up a distributor out of Columbia, Missouri, which is NH Sheppers. And exciting times, we just had the Mizzou first football game in Columbia, and they just started their first SEC game with Georgia. And what the public has not seen is the outskirts of the stadium, where they have all the tailgating going on, and that's where NH Sheppers falls in. They have booths out there. They sample all the fans at the stadium, and they introduce products at the stadium. And one of the key ones that we are introducing this year to Columbia is Caesar wine in a can. And we have 2 types. We have a Caesar white, a Caesar red. And people ask, well, what's the difference between that and the plastic? The plastic is usually transparent. The sunlight goes through the sidewalls and destroys the quality within that container. Whereas our canned wines from Caesar, they have a liner, patented liner, that they've contracted with Rexam, an international packager. And they laminate the sheets of aluminum prior to rolling it into a can. And then they do step 2, which is quality. Main concern is quality of the can, quality of the product, and that quality, bottle quality, is put into the can, and it's sealed, nitrogen gas seal, so there's no oxygen in it. And what happens is you have a sidewall that the sunlight rays cannot go through the sidewall, and you have a preserve type process with the nitrogen gas, so no oxygen is in there. And they've tested it for 6 years, and it's been terrific. No problems as far as quality. So aluminum is the best packaging you can have. You put it in a cooler it'll be the coldest out of any other materials. So it's perfect for like tailgating in Columbia, Missouri.
Well, very interesting, and it sounds like a fantastic innovation. So, just really quickly, how did that idea come about?
Actually, back in 2006, I had visited Caesar Winery in Burgund in Hungary and met with the owners and told them basically about the ideas and the plans that I had here in the States. And I'm the primary importer in the Midwest area. So they actually followed my direction, and they went ahead and packaged this in a can because they came out originally with a sparkling wine. And I actually pitched it to all the major distributors in St. Louis, and they turned us down. So at that point, we kind of regrouped and went back and said, you know what, this is a great idea. We're getting a lot of positive feedback from the ladies at the Working Women's Show. So let's do it with still wines. So they went ahead and put still wines, and that's where the Caesar Red and Caesar White came into play. And I'll be darned, this year, 2012, this was done 6 years ago, and there's already copycats out there with the bigger distributors. So they evidently thought we had a good idea in 2006 and wanted to take their own path. But I'm kind of like Leonardo da Vinci. I do not tell them some of the key things involved in this. So they've kind of missed the boat, if you will, with quality. A lot of the producers that are putting wines into their containers are putting in less than quality, table quality wine, which is not good. And the public is getting more educated in wines every day, and they're demanding quality. And again, small business is stepping forward and doing it.
Wow, it really sounds like a formula for success. And I'd like to talk a little bit more about what you attribute your success to, but we're going to take a break real quick. So let's go ahead and break and come back and talk a little bit more about it.
Very good.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We'll go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're with Les Suhayda from Laszlo Corporation, and we're talking about his business. So let's get a little bit more into discussing some of his success. And so Les, let's looking back on your journey, what do you attribute your success to?
Our success really falls into play with the public. And we could not have advanced from 2001 to 2012 without the public support. And we really, really appreciate the public because they're the ones that are looking for new and exciting products, and we're listening to them and we're providing that. So with our Menroth wine slushies, which was also created in 2006, and that's a frozen wine-based slushie, 5% alcohol with fruit flavors. And when you have an opportunity like that to present to the public, for example, in July, triple-digit temperatures, when all alcohol sales were on a downward trend, our Menroth wine slushies were setting records. One of our top retailers sold over $10,000 of retail product during the week of July 4th. And we also set an individual daily record of selling wholesale our product, Menroth wine slushie, $4,000 in one day. So when you have records like that in triple digits, that tells you have crossovers. You've got crossovers from beer drinkers and a mixed drink hard liquor over to a frozen drink. That is a positive for the retailer too, because they can sell more of our product at 5% alcohol than they can a higher mixed drink product that is anywhere from 16 to 18% alcohol. So it's a win-win situation for retailers and for our company.
Great. Well, I definitely know what I'm looking for next time the digits hit triple digits. So are there any upcoming events that the public can participate in?
Yes, we are at Cedar Lake Cellars in Wright City on September 22nd from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And we will have wine tastings there of all our bottle cans and our Menroth wine slushy product for them to enjoy. And we're going to have even tasting cards that we're going to pass out for all the young adults, so they can actually, and we're going to cover those today also, but they'll actually be able to use that as a guide anytime they go to a winery and they want to sample a wine, so they'll know all the points of the tongue, which tells them a little bit about the wine, and then the final evaluation will be done when, if you have nothing that stands out, then it's a nice balanced wine, and then they'll know that they have a good wine that they're trying out. So we're going to cover those.
Okay.
Right?
Well, speaking of that, so I tend to be one of those people that has an unsophisticated palate, and it's hard to distinguish. So some of the things that I'm looking for, can you tell us, because I understand that you have a guide for young adults,
Right.
21 and over, who may wish to join the tasting crowds this fall. So tell us a little bit more, if you can dive a little bit deeper into
Sure.
it.
What it is the palate, the tongue, there are 4 distinctive points on the tongue that tells you a little bit about the wine that you're tasting. The tip of the tongue tells you the sweetness. On either side of the tongue, you have your salts and spices. Those are the sensory points for salts and spices. The side of the tongue will give you the sour flavors, and the middle back of the tongue gives you the bitters. So when you first do your wine tasting, you're going to swirl the glass, and the reason you're doing that is oxygenate the wine. So you're going to get a nice mix in there of oxygen, and then you do the nose, which is you smell the wine. Aroma is 90% of tasting. Even when you have the wine settled on your tongue, the aromas are still, you can still breathe the aromas in while you're tasting it. So when you swirl it, you check your film on the glass, and there should be a nice film that kind of recedes back into the wine, and that tells you the body is very nice. And then you also look at the line. When you tilt the glass, the wine will have a line that you're following. If that line is nice and even, it tells you it's a quality wine. If it's blurred, then you're going to have a little issue with it. It's just a visual spot check. But then when you taste the wine, you'll take a sip, you'll swish it in your mouth a little bit, and then let it relax and settle on your tongue. Then you're checking each point through memory. You're checking each point, the tips of your tongue, the sides, off center on the side of the tongue, and the side of the tongue where the sours are and the bitters. So if you check all those sensory points and it's balanced, nothing stands out, you've got a good wine that you're tasting. Because if it does stand out, if you have a bitter taste in the back of your tongue, then you're going to have something's off, and that's a key. So if a young adult sees that, then they can turn to their friends and say, hey, this is not that good. Here's why. So they can explain.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Les and our audience for stopping by today. That's all the time we have for our segment of World Journalism. We will see you again next time.